Hi, my name is Jeff Schultz, Education Solutions Manager for ELECTROBOARD here in Sydney, Australia. Today's video, I want to spend some time talking about a new product from FrontRow, and it's the Juno Tower. So essentially, I want to go through and tell you what Juno is, what it's used for, a basic setup, and finishing off with a fairly unique capability, and that's recording your lesson, whereby everything I'm doing on the interactive whiteboard and my voice are recorded in a nice little video. So to start off with, Juno is a sound field product. So essentially, I've got a speaker tower, 3 speakers inside that array. I've got a teacher mic, student mic, and some desktop software that lives on the computer. Now, the benefit of a sound field system, obviously for my audience, my students, my participants, they're able to easily hear my voice regardless of where they're sitting in the classroom or the meeting room. And the benefit for me as an instructor, as a teacher, is a reduction on voice strain. So I'm not having to really work hard to either discipline any of those students or project my voice over any loud background noises, that sort of thing. It's very easy for me to speak, and I can increase or decrease the volume on the Juno Tower as I see fit. Any students with some hearing impairments, we can start to interface the actual hearing aid devices with the Juno Tower, and rather than me wearing a separate microphone, the Juno system can take care of all that for me. So in terms of setup, the Juno system can exist on its own, but I want to show the integration with it plus the interactive whiteboard. So your smartboard is typically connected with a USB cable to the computer and some sort of video cable, whether it's a VGA cable or an HDMI cable. We're going to add one more USB cable to the mix, and we're going to connect the Juno Tower to the computer itself. Okay, that way the desktop software that exists on the computer is going to recognize some of the commands that I give it through the teacher microphone, as well as when I record, everything that's on my smartboard is also going to be recorded through the through the video that Juno makes. Now, if we look at any audio coming from the computer, that's going to be handled by your smartboard speakers. So whether it's any sort of video or music or that sort of thing coming through the computer, it handles that. And the Juno Tower is responsible for the teacher microphone and the student microphone. When we look at the basic usage of the system, it's done through mainly through the microphone, through either touching the microphone or a variety of voice commands. So you'll see with the teacher microphone, I can touch the button once, and it's now mute. So you can't hear my voice as it's coming through the tower. I press the microphone again, and instantly my voice comes back online. Now if I walk over and show you the student microphone, okay, well, the first thing I want you to notice is that we didn't get a loud screeching sound from that tower as I put a live microphone in front of a speaker. So there's some added intelligence into the Juno Tower, into the software, that enables some feedback suppression so that I can walk over to the tower and adjust something on the LCD screen without being blown away by that screech. Now the student microphone, nice lightweight. We can pass it around with a push-to-talk feature, or if I do have a student doing a longer bit, we can actually flick the switch and have the mic go live from that perspective. The Juno basic package is going to come with 1 student mic, but we can obviously expand that up to 5 individual mics within the classroom. In terms of voice commands, we've got a couple voice commands enabling audio, so increasing and reducing the volume coming out of the tower. We can lock the LCD panel, and then the remaining 3 have to do with recording your lesson. So a simple example of increasing the volume, hold my finger on the button of the microphone, increase. Okay, so the microphone itself, or the Juno Tower, the LCD display turns green, letting me know that a command is pending, and then I get an audio feedback from the tower saying that yes, this command was successful. To reduce my volume, the same thing, hold the button down, reduce, and the volume out of the tower is reduced. Now to show you recording your lesson, Just move on to another slide here. One of the biggest advantages of recording your lesson is for those students that aren't present that day, or if we're looking at any complicated concepts that I typically have to reteach a number of times in order for them to sink in. We can now have a video with the examples on the smartboard, as well as my voice as I'm walking through that particular example. So I've got a blank page here all ready to go, but first thing I need to start my video. Begin. So give it a second, and the tower is now recording everything that I'm doing. So I'll come up to the board and we'll look at a simple example here. And we'll convert that into math type. Okay, everything looks good there. Now we can look at and start to hypotheses, or start to look at the different options for XY coordinates, etc. We can test our theories by generating a graph afterwards, and we can look at the different XY points along that line. To finish my video, hold down the button on the microphone. Finish. And the video is now done. So what's happening in the background is it's actually going through and it's encoding that video. Maybe just come out of full screen and we can open up the FrontRow desktop. It's got a video encoding that's happening. It's converting an MP4 of that particular video. Now MP4 becomes important because if we look at some of the other devices we have in the classroom, a lot of those devices can easily view that MP4 file. Now, the default save location for that video was probably just on the computer. But what if I change the save location to be a cloud storage? I give it a Google Drive or a Dropbox account. I could now essentially send that video to all of those students who have access to the Dropbox account simply by pressing finish and the desktop software in the background doing it all for me. So it's very, very powerful. I don't have to sit and individually save or individually email those videos. It's very, very easy for me to do. So lastly, if you've got any sales inquiries or any questions about the Juno product, please contact your local education consultant, or you can email sales@electroboard.com.au or sales@electroboard.co.nz. Thank you.